Hello, everyone. Welcome to the weekly reading. This is an all signs reading, so everyone is obviously welcome no matter what your sign is. Um, let's jump into this pre shuffle and get started. Right, the weekly readings have been pretty interesting, so we'll see if this follows suit. We open in a relatively calm place, which I like. We open in Four of Swords, right? The idea of withdrawal, to heal, right? It's an energy of rest and rejuvenation. And like I said, the weekly readings have been a bit volatile and messy, so I can see why someone would need this, right? This Page of Cups keeps showing up, and it's an energy that right now I just don't trust. I understand why someone is withdrawing from this. There's been an energy of emotional manipulation that's been running through the all signs readings and it's been showing up in some of the zodiac sign readings, right? And whoever the emotional manipulator is, they keep showing up as a Page of Cups, right? So the Page of Cups doesn't have to be a bad card, but the message that it carries is something you need to look closely at, right? Because there's a fish in this cup, right? There's always something a little bit off. It can be sometimes, pages are young or youthful and naive. They just might say the wrong thing or something comes out wrong. It doesn't have to be nefarious, but in this case, there's something I just don't trust about this Page of Cups energy. Yeah, so it's caught between two signs of withdrawal, right? The Hangman is an even more intense energy of separation and isolation. Four of Swords is to heal. The Hangman is to, gain enlightenment about something, right? So I think this is good. I think it's meaning that someone has withdrawn from this emotionally manipulative energy and they're looking at it from a new angle. I think they're seeing it more clearly. I think they might be seeing it perhaps for the first time, right? Yeah. And it's setting someone up to go into this Fool energy where they can, move forward without, the emotional baggage that this Page of Cups knows how to play on, right? And so what's been coming through, right, is that this page is it's a costume, right? Because I can see what's sneaking out where the deck wants to split, right? This is where it wants to split, the devil, right? This is what this innocent guise of this page is hiding, right? It's an energy that wants to change someone to someone else, right? It's a very domineering, controlling energy, right? That plays innocent, right? This page is really the devil, right? Or is heavily influenced by devil energy, right? And so these chains, right, between these two people, between this couple, right, it represents that emotional baggage I talked about. The thing that's what's binding these people together, right? And this page knows how to play on that to get someone to stay in the chains, right? So the Page of Pentacles is trying to slip out as well, right? With the Nine of Pentacles, right? This is the card of the student, the Page of Pentacles, right? Someone's looking at everything, examining everything very closely. And the conclusion they're drawing is that they need to be independent, right? This is the Nine of Pentacles is the opposite of this devil energy, right? Very often, when this devil shows up with that kind of Page of Cups manipulation, it reads to me as codependency, right? This Nine of Pentacles is the opposite of that, right? Somebody wants to be independent, they want to have self-confidence, they want to stand on their own 2 feet, right? They want to drop this baggage, right? Yeah, the Fool, it's here with an Eight of Cups, walking away from these empty cups, like realizing that these cups are really, there's some kind of illusion or mirage. These cups are really chains. They're not even really cups, right? Somebody's figuring all of this out, yeah. And there's a very serious wrong here that this page has committed that has to be righted, and that's why justice is here. Whatever this justice energy is here to correct, I think it's a big part of how that page energy got exposed, right? Yeah. It's a King of Wands who's learning something new, right? Learning something new about a connection that they've been in, right? A connection that they've been in. And it's causing a lot of mental stress. This Two of Cups, I think it's twofold. I think this person realizes that they were never in a real Two of Cups with that page. And they kind of know now from that Hangman energy, that new perspective, they have a better idea of what a Two of Cups should look and feel like. And it's putting them in a very stressful place mentally with this Nine of Wands. But they're also focused on their wish fulfillment, Nine of Cups. This is a dangerous card, right? When the King of Wands shows up. Because the Nine of Cups can be a bit about ego, right? And sometimes the King of Wands, when they get into that ego place, they focus too much on how things look, how they're going to be perceived, and it clouds their judgment, right? This might tie in with the full moon reading for the full moon in Virgo. So look at that. The King of Wands showed up as a problem because of this ego issue, right? So maybe take a look at that. Yeah, that Nine of Wands goes to Ten of Wands. This is becoming very burdensome. But remember that nines are the ends in tarot. And tens are where, the loose ends get tied up. So this is all coming to an end, right? But here's more mental distress, more anxiety. Somebody's struggling, and it's that King of Wands, right? Eight of Swords is a tough energy, man, trapped up in your head. It can be kind of a paranoid energy because like this blindfold and these bonds, they're not real, they're all mental, right? The Wheel of Fortune is here to change things though, but it requires somebody to set very strong boundaries, right? Somebody needs to deal with that page, right? So what I like to do is shuffle a bit more and have another look at the bottom of the deck, because I think it helps to clarify the messages, because that pre-shuffle is just the surface of the energy, right? So we're going to go a bit deeper and have another look at the bottom of the deck before I pull the reading, because I feel like I get clearer messages when I follow these steps, right? I get clearer messages and it's more useful. I know it's not going to be a surface reading, right? Alright, so let's see where this goes. See where this goes. Alright, shuffle just a bit more. Bottom of the deck, all that shuffling, we're back at the Four of Wands. Right, we're back at the Four of Wands. Exactly back to where I started, like these cards stay together, right? Withdrawing from that manipulative energy, right? So this message is very, very clear. It's coming through that that's something somebody needs to do if they haven't already, right? And the reason you need to do this is another card of wisdom. The Hangman was here in the pre-shuffle. Now we're here with the Hermit, right? Another card of wisdom, of introspection, right? Of growing, of waking up, right? Becoming wiser, more discerning, right? Not the Hermit is not susceptible to this. Right, so this hermit here is telling me that somebody has figured something out. The people who have done this, gotten away from this kind of shady page, they figured something out, something very profound. Interesting Knight of Wands. It's quite an impulsive action. Because I think what happens sometimes, that the hermit is sometimes described as someone's old soul waking up. Right? So that King of Wands, it operates from not a particularly spiritual level, right? It's kind of the opposite of an old soul, right? So when this old soul wakes up and it looks around, right, and it recognizes this for what it is, it wants out, right? It wants out, and sometimes that might lead to this Knight of Wands kind of impulsivity, like a very sudden action that's out of character, right? Somebody leaves. Yeah, they get into the chariot and they head out because this hermit energy wants nothing to do with this Page of Cups. Nothing. Right? So they get up and they head out, get into the chariot and go. Right? Very interesting. Very, very, very interesting that we have the Queen of Wands and the Empress, right? So that King of Wands, right, has come out as the person who kind of has the issue, right? The person who's being targeted by the shady page, right? I'm seeing this Queen of Wands as being that shady page, right? This is identifying this person, right? So for a lot of you, that King and Queen of Wands will resonate as a couple. You might be one half of that couple, and remember that gender is immaterial, right? So the Queen of Wands, is charming, likes to be the center of attention, likes to throw and attend parties, likes to have fun, but it's a very superficial energy a lot of the time, right? Kind of phony, right? When it's tied with something that I've talked about, a page that's really a devil. So this is a very nasty energy that somebody's been dealing with, and they haven't been able to really see it. It's been disguised relatively well, right? And I think the reason it's been exposed is that this Empress energy has entered the equation, right? So for a lot of you, this Hermit showing up, it's balancing that King of Wands, and this Empress energy is rising up in that person, right? They're getting more in touch with this side of themselves. They were very, the King of Wands, I think, identifies very closely with the Emperor, right? That, kind of tough leadership, that decisiveness, and, taking control energy, right? It can become very domineering and even tyrannical, right? And it's very single-minded. The Empress balances that out. So this person is balancing, right? And as they do, it's exposing this Queen of Wands. She doesn't look like a queen anymore. Like, she looks like this page holding a fishy cup. Which, if you think about it, you look ridiculous, right? This Queen of Wands looks ridiculous to that King of Wands now. For others of you, this Empress is an external energy. It's maybe a third party. It doesn't have to be romantic. It can just be someone who's outside of that connection between that King and Queen of Wands. And this person embodies Empress energy. And this Queen of Wands failed by comparison and has been exposed, right? Has been exposed. Wow. So let's cut this deck. There are a series of readings on my Patreon about a King and Queen of Wands that are showing up as problematic, right, for some people. So I don't think I'm going to extend this. We'll see how it goes. If I do not extend it, I think I'll put a link to one of those readings so you can check it out and see if the storyline resonates for you. I was just talking about balance. The overall energy for the reading I'm about to pull is temperance, It's temperance. The situation needs to be balanced. It's being balanced by angel energy. And it requires this Queen of Swords to set boundaries. With what? There is the deck trying to split again. The devil, right? This devil energy needs to be cut out. I'm going to pull a Celtic cross. So what's the issue here? Didn't I say that that King of Wands identified with the Emperor and that energy needed to be balanced, right? That's the issue, this Emperor and how this Emperor is going to behave going forward, right? And remember that chariot, it's very important. The idea of needing to get away, only a balanced Emperor can drive the chariot to its destination. All right, what's the challenge here? It's exactly what I said. This King of Wands needs to be balanced, right? These two energies have been out of balance, right? That's why temperance is here, is the overall energy, right? It's exactly what I've been saying. What's on someone's mind? What's the crown of the reading? A new beginning. Ace of Wands. This person wants to start over. And they want it to be quick. They want it to be fast, right? There's an urgency coming off of this card, right? What's the root of the reading? What's happening in someone's life? Interesting, Three of Pentacles. If I had to guess, this stands in the way of this person moving forward. They have a lot of stability in their life, right? They've been working and cooperating together with people to build something that they hoped would last. That Emperor, King of Wands, ambitious energy, right? They want to build something, and there are people that they've been working with. I think one of them is very likely that Queen of Wands, and it's given them stability, right? So, do they stay or do they go, right? What's in the recent past? Ace of Pentacles, interesting. So something is coming for this person. Something material that they can use to build something. Right, and so the question is, I think, do they keep cooperating with these Three of Pentacles people? Or do they do something else, right? What's in the near future? There's the answer. New people, right? Leaving all that emotional baggage behind. Yeah, so I would watch the full moon reading for the full moon in Virgo. I think it's tied to this energy, right? What's in someone's ego? What's in someone's ego? There's the Hangman. This is excellent. This is excellent, right? This is exactly what you want to see in the situation. It's saying that this King of Wands, who's kind of an emperor but not really, is introspecting that King of Wands energy is not overwhelming their ego, which it usually does. That's the problem with the King of Wands, right? That's the problem with the King of Wands. They get too much in their ego, they're too prideful, right? This Hangman is exactly what you want to see, that they're looking at things from a completely new angle, from the perspective of their ego. Their inner dialogue with themselves is changing, right? Wow. What's in someone's environment? A lot of conflict and nonsense and drama, Five of Wands, right? Yeah. This person is changing, and people realize that they're changing, and it's causing a lot of chaos, right? It's causing a lot of chaos because people are losing control over this person, and it's causing a lot of chaos. So what are someone's hopes and fears? Three of Wands, yeah. They're looking out into the future. They're waiting for their ships to come in. They want these ships to come in, but they're kind of afraid that they won't. Right? I don't usually get an energy of being stuck from this because it's a card of forward momentum. But this person is kind of stuck on the shore, right? Their back is turned into their current situation, but they're not really moving forward either. They could still turn around and go back, right? What is the potential final outcome? Yeah, I'm not surprised to see that Eight of Swords. That's where that energy of kind of being stuck came from. This person doesn't quite know what to do, right? They don't quite know what to do. This is all in flux. We caught this at a point when it's in flux, right? They need to get out of this Eight of Swords, and I'm not sure if they can, because I think they need, I don't know if it's help. I think this different perspective might get them out of an Eight of Swords, but the Hangman is kind of a slow-moving energy, right? It can be an energy of stagnation again, right? So the risk here with the Hangman, this Three of Swords and this Eight of Swords, Three of Wands, I beg your pardon, and this Eight of Swords, is that this person just becomes stuck and stagnant and doesn't move forward. That's the risk. And this Five of Swords is Five of, why do I keep doing it? I've been mixing up Wands and Swords for weeks now. This Five of Wands is why. So I would go back and I would watch that full moon in Virgo reading, because it talks about the Five of Wands in a similar way, this idea that it's not a powerful card, right? But it works well as a distraction. And this King of Wands is the issue, right? Because they're susceptible because of their ego and their need to, I don't know, be in control, to when they're challenged, right? They get into this Five of Wands energy quite easily, right? So this King of Wands balancing, right? This Temperance energy working on this person is very important, right? That's how they're going to break through, right? So we've caught this in a moment of flux. There isn't like a firm conclusion, and I don't think there will be one. It's an ongoing situation, so we'll have to wait for this to play out. And maybe next week's reading will give us a sign about what's happening, how it's moved forward. All right, so I'm not going to extend this. I think the full moon in Virgo reading might function as an extended, and I'll look for one of those King and Queen of Wands readings and share a link here as well to see if that resonates with anyone. Thank you so much for watching. I appreciate you being here. If you're on YouTube, please like, share, and subscribe, and I'll be back soon with more messages.